Table tennis today is fast, aggressive and precise, but it didn't start that way. The sport we know, the spin battles, the footwork and the mental chess was built over decades. And behind that evolution was just 10 players. Not always the most famous and not always the most decorated, but the ones who changed how the game is played. This isn't just a countdown, it's how table tennis became the game we know today. Victor Barna. Before China built a dynasty and before the game turned digital and technical, there was Victor Barna. In the 1930s, table tennis was young and still evolving. Barna gave it purpose and presence. He won 5 World Championship singles titles, but more importantly, he gave the game visibility. He played with flair, he made people watch, he proved that table tennis could be fast, thrilling and international. Without Barna, there might never been a stage for the legends that followed. Ichiro Ogimura. If Barna globalized the game, Ogimura professionalized it. In the 1950s, Japan shocked the world. Ogimura was the face and the engine of that shock. He trained like no one else, speed, footwork, discipline. Every point was a war. He didn't just win titles, he changed how champions were made. And when his career ended, he didn't stop. He became EDTF president, bringing diplomacy and structure to the sport. He made table tennis modern, on and off the table. Zhuang Zedong. The 1960s belonged to one man, Zhuang Zedong. 3 straight world titles, unshakable composure, and a forehand that rewrote what dominance looked like. But it wasn't just his play, it was his role in history. He became the face of China's rise, and with one handshake during the now famous ping-pong diplomacy, he helped open China to the world. Zhuang didn't just spark a dynasty, he turned table tennis into a political power. Jan-Ove Waldner. And at the peak of Chinese domination, a Swede broke through. Jan-Ove Waldner didn't overpower his opponent, he outthought them. They called him the Mozart of table tennis, not just for his touch, but for his vision. His serves were puzzles, his returns were answers you didn't see coming. He won everything, and he did it with calm, in a sea of chaos. In China, he became a legend, a Western player worshipped in East. Waldner proved that intelligence could beat intensity. Liu Guoliang. As a player, Liu Guoliang was fierce. As a coach, he was unstoppable. But his biggest impact came after he retired. He reshaped Chinese training, brought in new science, new mental coaching. Under him, China didn't just win, they crushed. Linghui. Linghui showed up and didn't follow the script. He played with spin on both wings, took a step back from the table and picked his shots with patience. It looked more like Waldner than Wang Tao. And that's what made him stand out. Kong didn't just win matches, he challenged how Chinese players were supposed to play. When he won Olympic gold in 2000, it wasn't just another title for China, it was a turning point. From that moment on, China didn't just produce attackers, they started producing hybrids, players who could loop, counter, defend, and adapt. Wang Liqin. Wang Liqin was a glimpse into the future. At 1.85 meters tall, he didn't look like the typical table tennis star of his time, but once the match started, it all made sense. He had power, yes, but it wasn't just brute force. He moved like a lightweight, explosive off the mark, balanced on every shot, and somehow always in position, no matter how far off the table he played. Wang could loop from 5 feet back like others did from 2, and he made it look easy. It gave taller players a blueprint. 3-time world champion, unshakable under pressure, Wang didn't just evolve the sport, he pushed it forward. Ma Lin. Ma Lin didn't overpower his opponents, he outsmarted them. Before the ball was even in play, he didn't invent spin, but he turned it into a language only a few could speak. Every serve looked the same, until it wasn't. A subtle wrist flick, a shift in timing, a bounce just millimeters shorter than expected. Opponents weren't just reacting, they were guessing. His short game, well, it was a trap. Soft touch, disguised placement, side spin flicks that twisted off the table. And when he did attack, it was sudden, explosive and unpredictable. He didn't dominate long rallies, he made sure rallies didn't happen. In 2008 he finally won Olympic gold, but even before that his influence was clear. He changed the way players approach the start of a point, the serve, the receive and the opening ball. Zhang Jike. Zhang Jike didn't take long to make his mark. He won the sport's biggest titles, World Championship, World Cup and Olympics in just 445 days. Not because he was the most consistent, but because when it counted, he delivered. He didn't dominate every match, but in finals, under pressure with everything on the line, he was almost untouchable. His game had flair, explosive backhands, quick transition, fast feet. But it was his mindset that set him apart. He stayed calm when others cracked, and if things got tense, that's when he played his best. Zhang Jike made mental strength part of the conversation, not just as a bonus, but as a requirement to win at the top. His intensity, his focus, and the way he handled high-stakes moments, that's what made him different. Not just a champion, but a reminder that in modern table tennis, it's not just about technique or talent. It's about holding your nerve when it matters most. Ma Long. The list wouldn't be complete without Ma Long in it. Some players dominate for a season, Ma Long did it for a decade. He wasn't just fast or powerful, he was complete. Footwork, precision, shot selection, mental focus, all at the highest level. He adapted to every opponent, every playing style and every change in the game. And when matches got close, he didn't panic, he solved them. His record speaks for itself. Olympic gold in singles twice. A Grand Slam, years at world number 1, more team and individual titles than almost anyone in history. He didn't reinvent the sport, he made every part of it sharper, smarter and more efficient. That's what made him the most complete player the sport has ever seen. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more table tennis stories.